Well, here we go. Let's take a look at preparing our web server to perform Common Gateway Interface code, CGI code. Now this gets a little bit tricky depending on what you're using for a server, whether you're using XP Pro, trying to do this on Windows XP Home, if you have a Linux machine, or if you're going to use your ISP, your Internet Service Provider / hosting company. It all comes down to having CGI bin capability. We talked a little earlier that CGI bin is set up as the binary location for our executables, and there used to be a CGI-SRC source, which is where source code used to sit before the executables were created to run on the web server. Most people use scripting and other tools like that these days, other programming languages to do their CGI work, but we have chosen to use the C language, obviously, since that's what we're learning about. So let's take a look at what it's going to take to create the locations and set the server up to do this. Now, if you have XP Pro, then you may already have the IIS, the Internet Information Services, already running on your system. To find out, you simply open a web browser. Here I have mine opened up to just a blank page, and you browse or surf to a site called localhost. And localhost, as you probably know, is the name commonly given to the machine itself, which is address 127.0.0.1. Well, if we go to localhost and it does something like this, switches over to localstart.asp, and then you can see it kind of resizes itself, and then it's going to bring up some Microsoft stuff about XP Pro. It says that the web service is now running. All right, so IIS is already running, and you have to install IIS when you initially put XP onto your system. You tell it it's one of the options that you have. If you want to add IIS after the fact, you're better off just doing a Google search of install IIS. It's relatively easy, but you have to go into the control panel, add remove software, and then you're going to add remove operating system components. And after you go through that, you can select the IIS server itself and network services to be installed, and that will install IIS. Hopefully, you already have this installed because you've been interested in the web and doing some other things. And if you have, your local host will have done this, and it will also open up a tab with the Getting Started, which is your IIS documentation and how to use the Internet Information Services on your system. Okay, so let's go back here. Now, if XP Pro is running, which is what we have here, we have IIS on there, localhost work, and now we need to make a place to put our executables within the server's directories that it uses. IIS is commonly installed to inetpub www.root, and that's its home directory where it keeps things. We are going to create a new directory under there called CGI bin, and to do that, we rely on our good old Visual Studio command prompt here, and we will go to inetpub, W is root, and that has all of the files in it that come with the compiler. And yours might be a little bit different if you've already done some things with your web server. And then we would make CGI bin, which I've already done, and then we can take a look inside it. And of course, in yours, there won't be anything there, but in ours, we have a few programs already there that you're going to see in just a few videos. So there's our CGI binary, and I've just called it that. You can call it whatever you want, but I've called it that as by convention so that we understand what's in there, and you will get more used to working with the CGI bin as a location for your executables.